consume the other. Okay. Complement, consume together. And market demand curve, we have not specifically discussed this part, but we did mention that, you know, when you have several person A, B, and C, okay, at certain price, okay, they consume the other amount, whatever amounts they consume, and if you have 3 person, you add the quantity together to get the market demand curve. Okay, here. So you have a demand curve for silver. Okay, silver. Silver is a, I'm not sure, you know, probably not many of you use silver because in Taiwan it's not that popular, but probably that's the case in the US. And so it's a demand curve for silver and a shift in the demand for silver. So let us say income goes up. Okay, if income goes up, you consume more, you buy more, right? You all, and so the demand curve shifts to the right. Okay, the demand curve shifts to the right. So increase in demand. Okay, we talk about this a little bit. Okay, there are 2 markets. There are many markets, okay, in the United Kingdom, but we have 2 examples here. One is Tesco, and the other one is Sainsbury. In Taiwan, we have Tesco, but it has been taken over by Carousel, so it's no longer in Taiwan. If you live in Tainan, there's one Tesco, but it's long gone because it was bought by a French company, Carrefour. Oh, okay, and then you have Sainsbury. The story is that, okay, let us say these 2 companies hold the same pricing strategy. Okay, so for certain good, okay, for certain good, it is $100. Okay, so at $100, it is in equilibrium. Okay, so here A, okay, look at it, point A and point A prime. This is the equilibrium point. But somehow, okay, somehow, Tesco want to make more money. Okay, Tesco want to make more money. So what did he do? He lowered the price. Okay, so lower the price from A to B. Remember, if Tesco lowers down the price, it is changes in quantity demanded. Okay, this is change in quantity demanded. So from A to B, for Tesco, there is changes in quantity demanded because the change is in price. Okay, but for Sainsbury, it's different, right? Because here is the price at Sainsbury, here is the quantity at Sainsbury, and here is the price changes at Tesco, right? So here is different. Here it is what? It is changes in demand. Okay, the change in demand. So because the Tesco, okay, lowers down the price, so the price now, the demand for Sainsbury goes down. Why? Because these 2 are all supermarkets, and they are substitute. So the price changes causes the demand for Sainsbury to go down. Okay? Of course, if you are Sainsbury, what would you do? Huang Xiuhui. If you are Sainsbury and you look at Tesco, they lower down the price, what would you do? You do nothing. If you do nothing, you lose your business. So what would you do? Lin Yuxiang, raise your hand. What would you do? Okay, so here we say, Tesco want to increase sale, right? Tesco want to increase sale, so he lowers down the price from 100 to 80. Okay, so this information will be a shock to Sainsbury, right? Originally, he believed that he can sell this much, right? But now, because Tesco lowers down the price, it caused the demand for Sainsbury to go down. So it becomes this light blue line, right? And so originally he believed he could sell to A prime, but now he could only sell to B, right? And so if you are Sainsbury, what would you do? Excuse me? The same thing. You're going to lower down the price. You lower down the price from B prime to C. The same thing, 100 to 80, right? And you know that these changes in price, for Sainsbury, it is changes in quantity demanded, right? Because it's on the same demand curve, okay? But this change in price at Sainsbury is changes in demand for Tesco, right? And so as he apparently assumed, Tesco apparently assumed he can still sell at B. But as a matter of fact, what happened now? Because Sainsbury also lowered down the price, so he can only sell at point C. So this is the new equilibrium for these two markets. And these two markets are competitive substitutes in the from the point of view of the consumers. Okay? You get it? Okay. So market supply, the same thing. If you have only one person to produce goods, okay, that will be the market supply. But if you have several persons, then you add them all up horizontally. Means at every given price, okay, what's the quantity supplied by all the suppliers that would get you market supply. And what are the determinants of supply? We talked about this before, right? The price of the good, okay, that cause you changes in quantity supply, and inputs, okay, and technology, right, and also price of alternate goods, and technology expectation. Okay, they talk about silver again, okay. So here is the supply curve, and suppose the equipment, okay, the equipment to produce silver is going down. Okay, if the price of the equipment producing silver is going down, what you get? You get increase in supply because it becomes cheaper to supply silver. Okay. And here we have excess demand and excess supply. Okay, here, if the price is higher than the equilibrium, right? If the price is higher than the equilibrium, at this price, okay, more people want to produce. Okay, more people want to produce, but because the price is too high, fewer people want to buy. So you have excess supply. If you have excess supply, the price will go down. And here, the opposite. When the price is too low, okay, lower than the equilibrium price, what you get? Because the price is so low, a lot more people want to buy. So you have excess demand. But because the price is too low, fewer producers want to supply. And so you get excess demand. If there's excess demand, the price will go up. Okay, we have discussed this before. Remember, exogenous variable, endogenous variable, right? So let's move a little bit up. Okay, so here, in this model, Sainsbury price, Sainsbury quantity, that's the endogenous variable, right? But the price of Tesco will be exogenous variable to this Sainsbury model, okay? And that's the opposite. So Sainsbury price will be the exogenous variable to the Tesco model, okay? Competitive statistics is a complicated concept. Here it doesn't really tells you much. But anyway, the market we talk about, Sainsbury and Tesco, is one example of this. Okay. Okay. So here is about the San Francisco housing market in the late 1990s. So probably most of you are not born at that time, right? In 1990s, that is a crazy time. Why? Because we have internet bubble, okay? And so because of the internet bubble, a lot of companies supposedly, seemingly, they make a lot of money. But because of that, more income, right? Higher income, what you get? You get higher prices for the houses, okay? So here you have 95, 98, and 2000. So because San Francisco has a very limited area, right? Hong Kai-Xuan, have you been to San Francisco? No. Li Yuxiang? No. Cai Wen-Ci, have you been to San Francisco? How does it look like? Remember, there is a very famous bridge in San Francisco. No idea. Golden Gate Bridge. It is a high in mountain, okay, and very few area to build houses. So because of that, it's very expensive. It's just crazy. I have a friend in 1999. His salary is $30,000 per year, and he paid $10,000 for housing. It's a crazy place, and now it's even crazier. If you just rent a spot to sleep, just a spot to sleep, nothing else, it could be $1,000 per month. So San Francisco is not a place that people can stay. Crazy place. Okay, we talk about, I think we will forget about this because it's a little bit confusing. If you read a book, you can forget about this part, okay? If you read a book, forget about this part. Okay, here it said, an increase in buyer's income and increase in the price of an input. Okay, so you have two variables, two exogenous variables. The first one is an increase in buyer's income. So increase in buyer's income, demand increases, right? Because silver is a normal good. And the second part is that, okay, increase in the price of an input. So cost becomes higher. If cost becomes higher than what you have decrease in supply. So you have increase in demand and decrease in supply. So in the midterm, you would have some question like this, okay? Look at this. Increase in demand, right? Increase in income, increase in demand. So price go up, quantity goes up, okay? And if you have decrease in supply, okay, decrease in supply, price will go up, quantity goes down. So we definitely know that price will go up, but have no idea about quantity. So next time we meet, we're going to finish chapter 2 and also the homework of chapter 2 and move on to chapter 3 and 4. Thank you.